Once upon a time, in a small village called Okele, there lived a girl, Azuzu. Azuzu was known throughout for her beauty, wit, and intelligence. She was the only daughter of the village chief, and so was expected to marry a man of equal status. In Okele village, social status was important as far as marriage was concerned. Marriage was done according to the social status of the participants. A poor man marries a poor girl, while a rich man marries a rich girl. The daughter of our chief marries the son of our chief too. So one day, in Okele village, a young man named Olie arrived. Olie was from Achi, a neighboring village. He came to Okele to trade goods. The trade went well, so he decided to be coming often and finally relocated to Okele. After some years, Olie became known for his intelligence and charm, but he was not of the same status as Azuzu. He was from a poor family, and they were poor farmers. Despite their different backgrounds, Azuzu and Olie met one day when she went to the market to buy goods and bought from Olie. There was a spark between them, and they were attracted to each other. They spent hours after that day together talking about their dreams and aspirations. They soon fell deeply in love with each passing day as they got to understand each other more and more. However, their love was rejected by the village elders, who believed that Azuzu should marry someone of her status. Azuzu and Olie knew their love was forbidden, but could not help how they felt for one another. They continued to meet secretly, and their love grew stronger each passing day. However, their happiness was short-lived, as rumors about their relationship spread throughout the village. Soon, Azuzu's father found out about their relationship and was furious. He forbade Azuzu from seeing Olie and threatened to disown her if she continued to disobey him. Azuzu was torn between her love for Olie and her duty to her family. Olie, on the other hand, was determined to win Azuzu's hand in marriage. He knew he had to prove himself worthy of her, so he embarked on a journey to find wealth and success. He left the village, promising Azuzu secretly that he would return and make her his wife. When Olie was gone, different men started to come to seek Azuzu's hand in marriage, and her father was happy that the bad market Olie was out of the way. But Azuzu refused to marry any of them. Months went by, and Azuzu waited anxiously for Olie's return, but he did not come. She missed him terribly, and the thought of never seeing him again filled her with despair. However, she refused to give up on her dreams and their love. She continued to believe they would be together one day. Meanwhile, Olie had traveled to a distant land and found work as a merchant. He worked tirelessly, starving and saving every penny he earned. His hope was to return one day to Azuzu as a wealthy and successful man. He longed to see Azuzu again, and the thought of her kept him going during his darkest moments. Years went by, and the elders and her father decided to choose a man for Azuzu to marry. She was more than the age of marriage, a girl of 18 plus. What was she waiting for? She had lost hope then that Olie will ever call, and so as they brought a man for her to marry, there was nothing she could do. She had been refusing for so long, crying that she would not marry. As they brought this man, they had planned a date to have the wedding done, and they were buying things for her for the marriage while she was crying and calling every day for Olie to come in her heart. Oli finally returned to Azuzu's village. About 3 weeks to the time of marriage, he was now a wealthy man. He had many goods to trade. He sought out Azuzu's father and asked for his permission to marry Azuzu. However, her father refused again and demanded that Oli leave the village instantly and never return. Heartbroken, Oli turned to Azuzu, tears running down his eyes. He had toiled all these years to look for money just to make sure that he got married to her. And now, her father was sending him out of the village. He turned to Azuzu and begged her to leave the village with him. He promised her that life of love and happiness away from the judgment of their people would be better for them, and he would give it to her. Azuzu was torn between the love for Oli and her duty to her family. But at last, she chose love. In the first place, why should the father not want? If the man is not good in character or all those bad family traits is different. But this one, because of money and position, Azuzu thought, she decided to choose Oli. Oli was a good man. And now, luckily for her, he was now rich. So she threw the things out of her mind. Oli was a bad man from a bad family with certain things that were not accepted in the society or community. Should have been different. This one, Oli was being judged by the material things he possessed and the position, the status. So Azuzu followed Oli and together they left the village. They went to a new community and started a family. The father of Azuzu disowned her as she followed Oli to the new village. They faced many challenges along the way, but their love for each other never wavered. They built a home in a new village and started their own family. Years passed, and Azuzu and Oli became respected members of their new community. They were known for their kindness, generosity, and good way of living, and their love for each other. They had faced many difficulties and deep emotional turmoil, but their love continued to triumph. One day, the news came that Ukele community were having a problem, and the elders have combined with some person to dethrone the chief. That is Azuzu's father, and installed a new rival. Azuzu's father was now in hiding in a nearby village. Oli and Azuzu looked at it. What could they do? Blood is still thicker than water. They went in search for him. Despite all he had done to them, they forgave him and took him back home. He was shaking and surprised that they could accept him after all he had done to them. They gave him shelter. Azuzu's father, from that day on, continued to beg his daughter and husband for forgiveness. They forgave him and continued to take good care of him until he was no more. As they grew older, Azuzu and Oli often looked back on their life, on the journey of life, and marveled at how far they had come. They knew their love had been tested, but they had only grown stronger with each challenging force. At last, Azuzu and Oli's love story became a legend in their village. It was a story of courage, perseverance, and true love, told for generations to come. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching.